Son of Judah shall break every chain. The Lion of Judah shall break every chain. The Lion of Judah shall break every chain. Yeah. And give us the victory again and again. The conquering lion shall break every chain. The conquering lion shall break every chain. The conquering lion shall break every chain and give us the victory again and again. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Africans. Good morning, Americans. Good morning, people of the world watching me from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. This is Smart Madu Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. How are you guys doing? It's a wet day here, wet beginning of the day. Who knows what is going to turn to later in the day? It could be warm and sunny and what else? Yes, today I am presenting you the Nigerian youths. In early 2018, the then ex-president, Grand Commander of Boko Haram forces, Muhammadu Buhari, described the Nigerian youths as lazy. And once that was made, it went viral. And everybody was angry. The youths were angry. You could touch it. You could feel it. You could drink it. The anger in the land at the time. Even me speaking joined them to make a case that Nigerian youths were not lazy. But today, I thought that with that, and that statement was made during an election year. I thought that the Nigerian youths would take that to the market and remove Buhari from power. But it wasn't too long. The widespread angers simmered down, and the youths of Nigeria voted en masse for the man who called them lazy back into second term of another 4 years. That is the Nigerian youths. And can we say that they are not lazy? That is the reason why. So if you're a Nigerian youth today, report and come and defend yourself that you are not lazy. Looking at the way Nigeria is right now, what Nigeria is turning into. Yes. Since the past maybe 25 years, 1999 to where we are right now, 2025. See where we are with Nigeria. Can you say, if you're a Nigerian youth, can you say that Nigeria has made any appreciable progress? If you say yes, can you tell us why, if you are here? And if you say no, please advance your reason for saying no. Hey, Thomas, how are you? All right, good to say you, VIP. Hey, how are you? How are you? Please share, comment, love, and get more people to come and listen to this. We are bringing this to the global audience because I want the Nigerian youth to learn something from youth from across the world. Why Nigerian youth don't react to pains? Why the Nigerian youth don't react to offensive statements? Why they are not purpose-driven? Why they went to sleep as their country is being destroyed? And why they are regrouping again ahead of 2027, very uncertain 2027, when their countrymen and women are dying of hunger and starvation and dying from being kidnapped, raped, and robbed and murdered, and they are still aggregating around the same people who are responsible for the pains and suffering of Nigerians. So if you are a Nigerian youth today, honestly, if you are here, assuming you were here, so you can hear, defend yourself, hear from youth from across the country, across the world, in their various countries, and maybe perhaps pick up a few lessons that you can run with and adjust yourselves. One question that I'm going to ask Nigerian youth: how come? Why is it that you are not able to decide on something, take action on it, sustain your action until you get the outcome that you desire? How come is it that you, the Nigerian youths, cannot unite yourselves? Yes, you cannot unite. You can't come together. Why have you allowed yourself to become so divided? Why is religion such a big issue? When we are talking about national problems, when we are talking about hunger and starvation, when we are talking about insecurity and food insecurity, worse, yes, when we are talking about the dilapidated infrastructure, when we are talking about lack of access to healthcare, when we are talking about lack of access to electricity, yes, there's no power generation and power distribution capacity in your country, and your country is not industrialized. Mass unemployment of youths, is that not troubling enough? Is that not enough for you to say, you know what, let's come together and find a solution out of this quagmire? Yes. Why is it that you listen to the same people, the same colonial people who are intellectually bereft, people who are octogenarians and have lost their testamentary capacity? You are listening to them, listening to people who have no business being in this generation, who will not, you allow them to make decisions for a future they are not going to be part of. Why? Those are the questions Nigerian youths have to answer. Why are some youths in Nigeria so corrupt? Why is your leadership so corrupt? The leadership of the student, NANS, National Association of Nigerian Students. What happened to them? What happened to all youth leaders in Nigeria? Why do they sell out when they should be standing up for their country? You who is not a leader, why are you not asking questions? Why have the youths become a wing of the ruling political party that is destroying their country, and they cannot open their mouths to say anything? Is there any reason we all should be in this jail called Nigeria? Yes, with no option of being released, with no option of parole. So what happened to the Nigerian youths? Nigerian youths, you celebrate youths in America when they win election, like it happened a few months ago, in November, when the youths of the United States, a critical section of them, came together and elected the man they said is their candidate. So why is it that you cannot do anything? So what can you do? Why are you docile? What is your problem? You saw the youths in Senegal. You saw the youths in Senegal bring back someone, one of their peers, who was jailed by the Senegalese government. They brought him out of jail and made him the president of their country. He had only 2 weeks to campaign in an election. Their president, the ousted president, has been campaigning. He took advantage of enjoying the he enjoyed the patronage of the entire media in the country. But the youths of Senegal came out and told him, we own this land and we are going to choose our president. They brought Faye out of jail and voted for him as the president of their country. Can you imagine that? What happened to the Nigerian youth? What happened to your vibrancy? Why are you the way you are? Why are you so divided? Why are you so quiet? Why is it that when you start anything, you never follow through? Why? 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 What's going on? Yes. Nigerian youths, this is your question. This is your question. Yes. What can you do? In 2018, you came up with a youth takeover movement. Youth takeover movement rented the air because of Emmanuel Macron, a young person at the time, becoming the president of France. We thought you were going to run Nigeria in a manner that we will get the best. But before dawn, you did the same thing. You lined behind your oppressors. Now you are adjusting yourselves to hunger and starvation. You are adjusting yourselves to insecurity. You are adjusting yourself to your increasing mass unemployment. You are adjusting yourself to further darkness. You are adjusting yourself to further deterioration of your country's infrastructure. And you still can't think that, or don't think that you should ask questions. Instead, you are adjusting yourselves once again for 2027, an uncertain 2027, an uncertain 2027. You saw the youth from Niger standing up for Africa and standing up for Niger. Your next door neighbor, yes, your next door neighbor. What are you doing? You saw the youths in Burkina Faso standing up for their country and standing up for Africa. What are you doing? Nigerian youths, are you following what is taking place in the Democratic Republic of Congo? Are you following the massacre that is going on in that country? Who told you that you are distant from it? Did you believe 20 years ago that some Nigerians will strap bombs around themselves and start blowing them up? Did you ever think that your villages and your towns will be surrounded by mercenaries? Yes, Fulani mercenaries. Did you think they were all possible? Yes. Did you think that you would travel the length and breadth of Nigeria and bus loads with passengers will be kidnapped and taken into the forest, some murdered, their body parts sold, some who were able to get some, and women raped? Did you think it was possible? And you think some more will not be possible? Do you read at all? Nigerian youths, I'm asking. Yes, Obasanjo removed the study of history from our country's academic curriculum. That was genocide created by that evil man. He did that. Yes. Thank you, Marco Polo. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, Marco Polo, shout out from San Diego, California. How is it over there? Yes. Nigerian youths. Did you think all this were possible? Yes. Did you think that elementary school children will be removed forcibly from their schools? Yes, in buses, in broad daylight, inside Nigeria. It's happening. Did you think that terrorists will surround soldiers and massacre them in great numbers? Like we have heard, we have witnessed since the past couple of weeks? And now what makes you think that you will not be the next victim? And then what is the reason you are still docile and think you must not stand up? You must not stand up for your country. You know the power of the youths who are conscious. Go and read the story of Chile. Go and read the story of Chile to see what the youths did there when they had it. So why is it easier for you to line behind your oppressors, the people who are killing you, the people who created unemployment for you, the people who created hell for you, the people who did not give you the opportunity to express yourself, the people who deny you education, why their children are outside going to school 24/7, every day of the week, every week of the month, and every month of the year? Yes. Do you know that none of your politicians go to the hospitals that they built rundown hospitals? That is a leadership that has no faith in what it is doing. And you still think that the best option is to continue to line behind them? You sit on the fence, you defend your tribes, defend your religion. How has that helped you? Does tribalism, religious nationalism, and nepotism, do they grow economies? Why is our country's economy prostrate right now? Why is everything dead in Nigeria? Why is it that we don't have roads in Nigeria? Why is it that we cannot generate and distribute electricity in Nigeria? Why is it that there's so much unemployment in Nigeria? Why is it that there's so much violence in that country? Why? And then Nigerian youth, why are you quiet? Why do you think that somebody has to pay you to be responsible? Why do you think that somebody has to bribe you before you can be a good citizen? Why do you think that Nigeria is not your responsibility to defend? Why is it that you don't know your rights as citizens of Nigeria? A country that has given you an identity, a country that provided you with all amounts of mineral and natural resources, a country that has done everything for you. Why are you turning your backs on Nigeria? Instead of defending her, you would travel hundreds of miles to go to Libya. Yes, and then jump into the Mediterranean using raft boats, and during which thousands of you perish. Yes, and then when you get to Europe, they put you in concentration camps and feed you dog foods. I am talking about citizens from the richest continent of the earth. Because you are not holding your leadership accountable, because you became corrupt and support the evil that is destroying your country. I don't think you understand what is taking place. You listen to Professor Patrick Lumumba, you thumb up for him, but you are not doing anything like what he's saying. Yes, you listen to Ibrahim Traore. Look at what he's doing in Burkina Faso, and you think that should not be done to free Nigeria. Why are we in this jail called Nigeria? Why are you not being responsible? Why do we have a country where we cannot express ourselves, where we cannot exercise our rights? You think it's normal? It is not normal. Why have you changed gears instead of fighting for your country? A good number of you take to criminality, thinking that that is the shortest cut. Yeah, you are looking for shortcuts instead of working for your country. Look at your country. Who tells you that your future is guaranteed in the hell Nigeria has become? Nigeria is evaporating and you are folding your arms or lining behind those who are destroying the country. Shame on you, Nigerian youths. It's either you rise up now or you forget about Nigeria. Go and check out what happened to Somalia. Somalia, since the past over 40 years, has no government. Yes, has no government because they went to sleep and allowed a few criminals who work with foreign interests to come and destroy their country. Do you want that for Nigeria? Yes, Nigeria has had a fair share of bloodshed between 1967 and 1970. The same people, the same people whose descendants are destroying Nigeria, created a war that was not supposed to be. They massacred 5 million Nigerians when it was over. Now, do you think that the next war, what makes you think it's not going to be fought in your backyard? What makes you think that you are not going to be a casualty of the war that they are brewing right now? So why can't you stand up for your country? I've been preaching the message of Open Nigeria as the only way forward for Nigeria. How many of you are lining behind me to advance that cause? You are only interested in following nasty music. You're only interested in watching pornography. It's not going to lead you anywhere. You're only interested in listening to comedies made out of the pains of Nigeria. We are talking about Nigeria dying. People will come and create comedies out of it, and you laugh over it, waiting for another terrorist to hit. And they will hit, and they have continued to hit. Yes. Now, I'm not sure you understand what is taking place globally and how they will impact Nigeria. I am not sure you are listening to what is happening here in the United States, from where I am sending you this message. The dynamics of the world is changing at a very fast pace. Yes. How did China become such a superpower? How did the Israelis become a superpower? They worked, they sacrificed, and their youths were at their best. All right? And they think, they are visionary. Yes. They have the type of leadership. They choose the right type of leadership. Yes, the youths of Nigeria are in an overwhelming majority, but they are incapacitated because they don't want to do anything for themselves. They lie behind the old cleavages of foolishness weaved around tribalism and religious nationalism. Why can't we divorce ourselves from our ugly past and rise from the ashes of our past to build a new country? Why? What is it? You went to school. Some of you have graduated since the past 20 years. Some 12 years ago. Some just recently. You cannot be guaranteed access to employment. And you think it's not a serious problem? The best a young Nigerian aspires to be is to be a special assistant, a personal assistant, slave jobs. That is how lazy the Nigerian political class is. They can't create jobs. They create slavery. Why should Nigerians be living off of palliatives instead of living life? And you think that is not enough problem? You think that is not something for you to think about. Now, you are talking about 2027, when 2025 is not guaranteed. You are talking about 2027, another election year. So we are going to postpone it. We are shifting the goalpost as usual. We can't get anything done. We had a moment to change Nigeria in 2023. What did you do with that moment? You blew it up. You did end SARS. We thought that was going to be it. A few days later, you were eating, you were cooking and drinking on the streets of Nigeria. Instead of following through your protest and drive it to the end, you ran out of gas. And then you complain. They opened all the hidden food warehouses. You abandoned the struggle in pursuit of food. And now look at where we are. Look at where we are right now. And you think it's going to get better? Nigeria will never get better unless something drastic happens in that country. And something drastic happening from a united youth of the country, yes, who know what they want, who are purpose-driven, who are angry, who feel pissed off about the way their country is being derailed by less than 1% of the country's population, whose mission is to destroy the entire country and make the people perpetual slaves in their own land. Why are we docile? Why are we quiet as our country is being erased? Yes, you brought a terrorist. You brought a drug dealer, an identity thief, plus a National Assembly populated by all criminals, without exception, maybe a few. Yes, even the few are men and women who are not there to serve the interest of the country, but to serve themselves. Thank you, David. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So why are we where we are? It is your fault. Not recognizing the power of the youth. Not knowing that the youth is the engine of every nation. What is the essence of the Nigerian youth? The Nigerian youth, why do you exist? Why? Why is it that you are afraid of death? You tell me that soldiers want to shoot you. Soldiers will shoot. Soldiers have been shooting because they deploy them incorrectly. And that is something that is supposed to be an issue. Why do they deploy soldiers to kill Nigerians? That is an issue to run away with, to put an end to it. How are you choosing? Who are you choosing? Are you choosing those who respect basic human rights? Are you choosing those who respect the right to your life, the right to your choice, the right to your freedom of expression, the right to your worship, and the right to self-determination? Are you choosing those who understand the meaning of the rule of law and its application? It is your fault. When it's time to choose, you prefer to be given money. Once you are given money, you lose your mind. And the criminals will come. The criminals are investors. When they invest, they have to protect their investment. To protect their investment, they have to unleash the army. Army that is being politicized. Army whose leadership are politicians. That is what they are doing. They are protecting their investments, not protecting the state. That is why they deploy the army to come and fight you. You put them there. You put them there. If you put those who respect human rights, there's usually no reason for them to deploy the army. It becomes a last resort. And the whole world will know that deploying them is justified. Yes, a country that has police, why should the army be the ones enforcing laws? Because you don't understand. And we teach you. I spend a lot of times, nearly every day, teaching you about your basic human rights. Are you listening to the real message? Do you listen? If I was selling pornography, I will know I will have over 1 million Nigerians following me today. If I was preaching fake gospel of God, and taking tithes and offering from you to steal from you, I will have millions following me in the name of Jesus, calling, telling you Allah and all that. Yes, because those are the type of things that you want to hear. And those are the things with which they repress you. These men of God in Nigeria are no men of God. They are mostly men of Satan. Look at one, a BMO that was telling you that he's a prophet of God and that you must give him, that you will be cursed if you ask him to give you. So as far as he's concerned, he has to receive and never give. Yes. Something is not right. Something is not right. On the other side, you have Gumi misleading the Muslims with the AK-47 in his hand. He supports and funds terrorism in Nigeria. You cannot rise up above all that and say, no, this is our country. This is what we have. And then we must defend it. Yes. Are you doing that? You are lost for the most part. But you can retrace your steps. Listen to the right message. Listen to the right people. Nigeria will never make it with the way we are going. Nigeria will never make it with the way the young people in Nigeria are behaving. Nigeria will crash. And Nigeria and the rest of Africa will be recolonized if we are not careful. And if Africa is recolonized, it is going to be because of Nigeria. Because Nigerian people, especially its youth, are mostly unconscious or have decided to be unconscious. Not because they are not being told the right things to wake them up. You have no reason to be living below poverty line in the midst of Nigeria's plenty. You have no reason to be poor. You have no reason to be unemployed in Nigeria. It is your fault. It is your fault. And it begins from home. And it begins from your communities. Who are your leaders? What role do you play in choosing your leaders? Do you collect money to choose a leader? Do you choose a leader because he's from your tribe or is your friend and you know he cannot perform? Yes. Do you do that? Many of you do that. You do that. You do choose leadership based on money that you are given. The money that cannot only buy you a bottle of beer. And that's it. The next day you are broke. All right? They do that. You choose leaders because somebody is from your hometown. Somebody is from your tribe. Somebody worship the same type of God with you. You choose him blindly, knowing fully well that he doesn't have abilities. He doesn't have competency. He doesn't have knowledge. He doesn't have courage required to do good. And he doesn't have that content of character. Yes, exceptional content and strength of character required to build, utilize, expand, extend, and sustain capacity beyond himself for the good of the whole of the country and its people. And you wonder why America is growing and getting big. You wonder why Israel, small Israel, that is about 10 million people, they are progressive. You wonder why China now has realized the importance of building capacity in its people, have lifted millions of people out of poverty. You know why now Chinese are all over Africa, constituting another danger, yes, to Africa, digging up our minerals, polluting our waters, and because we don't have leadership, they are doing all kinds of things there. Now, are you a youth of Nigeria? Not asking a question. I am 63 years old. Yes. In June this year, I'll be 63. Yes. I am standing out to fight for you. You are not fighting for yourself. Yes. Me, if I have another 40 years, I'll be so happy. I am 63. Some of you are 18, 20, 25, up to 40, 45. You are doing absolutely nothing because you think Nigeria is not your business. All right? You think there's nothing you can do. There is a lot you can do. And Nigeria is your business. You are being selfish. You are being wicked. But there is a cost, a price for wickedness. When a people become selfish, their country suffers. Nigeria is suffering because of the selfishness of its people, the selfishness of its youth, the retardation of its youth, the failure of its youth to rise up to the occasion, the failure of its youth to ask questions, the failure of its youth to listen to the right mentors, the failure of its youth to imbibe the tradition of morality and righteousness in doing things. Yes, you are busy looking for fast money. You are doing Yahoo. Yes, defrauding people. Yes, some of you, that is what you have chosen. Giving the country bad names and images. It is time for you to think. Hey, Radek from Poland, thank you, welcome. How are you? How is Poland today? All right, please share the message of ONN to Poland. And if you have any issue there, we can talk about issues. We talk about issues from Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. Thank you for joining. Yes. So, Nigerian youths, where is your place in Nigeria? Where is your place in Nigeria? Is your place just to be sycophants of politicians? Hello, Ernestine Jones, how are you? Good morning from here. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate and love you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you seriously. And for those who are just joining us, who have not subscribed to the ONN channel, please do so. And because if you do that, we feel like you gave us $1 million. And if you subscribe, get your friends to subscribe too, so we continue to grow. Our mission is to grow organically, so we can speak to issues impacting the world from everywhere. So thank you. I appreciate, and I take you guys very seriously. For all of you who subscribe, share, give your thoughts on the issues of discussion. Thank you very much. Our love for you. Seriously. So now, Nigerian youth, you see, young people from across the world join us. They join us to listen. They share with us. Where are the Nigerian youths? Where are you? How many of you are watching me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and everywhere else? Where are you? Ask questions. Why are you the way you are? Why are you afraid of standing up for your country? Why are you ashamed of standing up for your country? You are all stakeholders. We are all equal stakeholders in Nigeria. Nobody owns Nigeria more than you. I don't own Nigeria more than you. I am fighting for you because I'm mad. I'm angry with what is taking place in Nigeria. I am so angry. Why is it that the easiest job for you to do is to be sycophants and praise singers of criminals, rogues, thugs, terrorists, bandits, aspiring to be whatever they want to be in Nigeria? Yes. Why is it that you turn your face, you turn your backs on good people who come out to demonstrate that they want to lead you? You don't want that because you are looking for fast cash. You want to look for fast money. Yes, your country is derailing. Your country is evaporating. Your country is dying. Yes, you are dying too. Because when the country dies, its citizens die. Nigerians are dying. Their country is dying. Its youths are dying. They are not wanting to do anything. Nigerian youths, wake up. That's what I'm saying. Wake up. If at the age of 62, going to 63, I'm still standing up to fight for you, when you should be fighting for me, fighting for my to protect my old age. I am the one standing up to fight for you. Why are you not lining behind me? I am not looking for money, and I'm not going to ask you to give me any money. All I need from you is you. Because you are the money that we need. We are the money we need to change Nigeria. The Chileans did it to Pinochet. When they had it, they cleaned up and the country became a better country. Even France, that has become an oppressive country, there was a French Revolution. There was an American Revolution. When they had it, do you know that America was a British colony? Yes, Nigerian youths. Did you know now? Know now, if you didn't know before. America, great America, was a British colony. They decided that they were tired of taking instruction from Britain and decided to build their own country. They severed links. Now, let me ask you, what is the business with Nigeria and other African countries with Britain? Why is Nigeria in a British Commonwealth? The moment America broke away from the British Commonwealth, America put itself on the pathway to becoming great. And they achieved greatness. They achieved their superpower status. Yeah, with the most powerful army on earth, with the most powerful economy on earth. It took men, not the Holy Ghost. It took men who loved their country to do so. And there's a lot of them were young people at the time. They had these radical ideas about bringing up an America that they will be proud of. You see, you need to see. Don't you see, when you see Americans, they have a way of behaving. They are so proud of their country. And they will put their life on the line to defend America. How many Nigerians are putting their lives on the line to defend Nigeria? Most Nigerians don't believe in Nigeria. Yes, because of that lack of faith in the country. That is why the country is dying. What is wrong with us? Why can't we turn a new leaf? I am talking to you from 10,000 miles. Yes, I don't even sleep up to 5 hours a night. I am thinking about Nigeria. The demand on me is high. I'm supporting a lot of people with money I make here. Yeah, people who should be working, we support them. People who should be doing better, people who should have families, they still live with their parents. And you think it's not time for you to stand up. Why do I have to continue to support people in Nigeria? Yes, stand up for your country. Stand up for your right. Stand up for your future. Stand up for the future of Nigeria. Stand up for the future of unborn generations of Nigerians. You, the young people of Nigeria, are the most trouble of Nigeria because you don't want to do anything. You are afraid of death. You are afraid of death. Even then, you are dying. There are more youths dying today in a time that there is no war. So why are you so afraid? Who tells you that your fear is going to guarantee you that liberty that you want? It's not going to happen. Freedom never comes free. Freedom never comes free. You got to fight for it. Freedom never comes free. You got to fight for it. No oppressors will never award you freedom. Even the British did not award America freedom. America had to fight. They had to fight. The French Revolution was a fight. What is taking place in Burkina Faso is a fight. So what will take you to that level of consciousness? To discard this divisive rhetoric of the past. Why are we still having to battle with the inability to unite Nigeria between its north and the south? An artificial boundary created by men whose mission is to perpetually keep Nigeria divided and under their control. They use religion, especially in the north of Nigeria. They use religion to hold you down. And you have the poorest people in Nigeria. 87% of the people in the north of Nigeria are poor, abjectly poor. They live in squalor. Because that's what those who control them, and by extension, those who control Nigeria want for them, to keep them repressed through their evil feudalistic oligarchy. and you think you should not wake up. They are scared. It's time. It's time. The rest of the world is moving forward, but Nigeria is marching back into darkness. It hurts to be from there, but we can't afford to hands up. I'm not going to hands up. I will not. Thank you to the United States for the platform, the opportunity, the ground America gave me to do what I am doing for Nigeria. I want my brothers and sisters in Nigeria to know and wake up. We will do what we need to do. Like I promised you, whatever I need to do to get Donald Trump under his administration to stop selling arms to Nigeria, because all the arms America has been selling to Nigeria ends up in the hands of Boko Haram and other terrorist organizations tormenting our country. Because the people who lead the government are all terrorists and bandits. The Minister of Defense of Nigeria is a terrorist. The rogue vice president of Nigeria is a terrorist. So when America sells anything to Nigeria, it ends up in the hands of terrorists. So America, please, I'm going to make, like I said, I'm going to make a special report on this to Donald Trump. Whatever it will take to get this message across to Donald Trump and the American Congress, we will do it. I know that Donald Trump does not want an Africa that will be destroyed with the arms purchased from the United States. Yes, Nigerians, Nigerian youths, I thought that I told you this. Harsh words, if they will wake you up, great for it. If they will continue to make you go down and be more corrupt than you have ever been, it's up to you. But I will feel so happy that when I was called to speak the truth to my country, I did exactly that. I will not feel guilty that I did not speak. You cannot say anymore that you were not told. You are a huge part of Nigeria's problem. Go and put your acts together. Stop supporting evil. Yes, you are hungry. Everybody is hungry. Even me now, I'm hungry because of you guys. After supporting people in Nigeria, I go broke and I become hungry. Yes, you are not alone in it. So give us the impetus to continue to support you at home. Do your own part, just as we do our own part. Go and do your part. Now, stop being sycophants. Let your aspiration be the aspiration to be leaders and not to be subservient slaves. It is time. It is time. Hey, plant-based black man. Hey, how are you? How are you? Good to hear from you, man. Tell me more about the plant-based, man. So maybe it'll be something that will be interesting to me. Hey, good to hear from you. Just called, we are just test subjects to see what works. All right, I don't know what that means. Maybe expand that before I leave so I can have a clearer understanding. Yes, Nigerian youth, the rest of Africa is waking up. Nigeria is supposed to be the giant of Africa, but its youths are sleeping. I don't know if they give them some hypnotics, whatever they serve them to make them, to keep them asleep is what I don't know. But we must do our best in our lifetime to ensure that the people of Nigeria, especially its youth population, wakes up to their responsibility, because they are not behaving as if they are responsible citizens of Nigeria. They are quick to want to run out of the country through using the most difficult means, trekking through the hot and scorching Sahara Desert into Libya, where they are treated like trash by the Arabs there, and then sold into slavery so many times. Some of them escape, some die, and those who escape manage to go into Europe, where they are kept in concentration camps and fed trash, fed dog food, treated like they are nobodies. Yes, I'm talking about citizens of Africa. Yes, the richest continent on earth. Now, if you're a youth of Africa, especially a Nigerian youth, you may want to ask yourself a question. Why is Africa not expanding its horizon beyond its enclave? Why do we have Chinese companies coming to construct roads in Africa? Why are Chinese companies building bridges in Africa? Why are Chinese companies building stadiums in Africa? Why are European companies being the ones doing construction, doing all kinds of things? Where are the African companies? Why is it that no African company is here in the United States building roads, building skyscrapers, building bridges? Why are they not in Europe? Why are they not in China? Why are they not in India? Why are they not elsewhere doing anything? Something has to give. The reason is this. African leaders are not visionaries. It takes visionaries. It takes visionaries to expand their vision beyond their immediate environment. We are subsistent thinkers. It's time to think outside the box. We cannot continue to be subservient slaves. We cannot continue to be students in universities from which we cannot graduate. Africa needs a new direction. And the young people of Africa has a huge role to play in building a new Africa. Are they reasoning? Why should we always be the ones receiving aids? Sadly, from what was stolen from us, from our continent, they package it and say they are giving us aids. And we celebrate that these countries are giving us aid. Why do we need to have to take aid when we have all the natural resources and mineral resources? Why are we not industrializing? Why are we not building industries to produce? Why are we not producing? Why are we consumers? Africa, we have everything, but we are consumers. Why are we not thinking? What happened to all our research institutions? Or why are we not building at all? What type of curriculum do we have in our schools? What are we teaching our young generation? What are we teaching our future? We want to continue to hand over this legacy of subservience, the legacy that we cannot do it. Please bring your technology and do it for us. When are we going to be the one giving to them? And you know one important thing, here in the United States, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Africans are doing great things. But when they go back home, they are like fish out of the water. Yes, they are like fish out of the water. They are like fish out of the water because they are not given the environment to thrive. Why is it that we suffer in Africa, but when we come here, we explode into something? Because they give us the enabling environment to be who we are, to express ourselves. Who said that we cannot do that in Africa? It's leadership. And those who oppress Africa, those who exploit Africa, love this type of criminals to be in charge of Africa, so they will continue to destroy Africa. Nigerian youths, I am talking to you. African youths, I am talking to youths. Youths globally driven by the cause for justice. Thank you for your input. Why are the Nigerian youths the way they are? They are lazy. Let me say, I am reiterating what Buhari said. If that is going to spoil you, break out of your laziness and be free to explore. Buhari, Tinubu is powerless without the young people of Nigeria. Because if the young people of Nigeria come together to say, Tinubu, get the hell out of that place, he will have no choice. No army. We are not talking about the army. What is the population of the Nigerian army? The Nigerian army is not up to 200,000 people in population. So how will the Nigerian army march down 250 million determined Nigerians if they are serious? Don't give me that crap of army shoot. Yes, who are those armies? Are they not our brothers and sisters? So are we not talking to them? Any lousy man in the Nigerian military uniform who picks up a gun and kill fellow Nigerians because somebody told him to kill him, you are a bastard. Yes, you are a bastard because you are suffering most. Oh, they built a new barrack for you. Is that all that you want? What about your children's school? What about their future? Your children are not going to be all soldiers? Yes. The corrupt mind of our people is our greatest trouble. So, Nigerian youths, I am not begging you. We have appealed enough to you. You must wake up. That is what is required now. You must wake up. You must organize. You must disrespect those who keep you divided. You in the north, you must stop listening to those rogue Islamic preachers because all they want to do is to keep you repressed so that they can continue to make you poor and use you to manipulate the country. That is all their mission is. They don't build progress. They are not after progress. They are not after your well-being. They are not after anything. Remember, your relationship with God is personal. When you die and there is judgment, God is going to judge you alone. You're going to stand before him to face judgment. Gumi will not be there. Saad will not be there. That mislead you on earth. They are not going to be there because they are going to face their own judgment for the evil that they committed against you and against Nigeria and against the people in the north of Nigeria. Yeah, at whose instance they rob Nigeria and give them absolutely nothing. It's time. It's time. Yes, absolutely. The youth of today are more concerned about the social media. The social media is supposed to be a good tool for mobilization, for progress. But the youths in Africa, Nigeria in particular, are using it the other way. They are using it to destroy themselves. They are using it to rob their future. They are using it to rob themselves of progress. They are using it for all kinds of stupid things. I remind them always about Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who had no access to the media, who had no access to social media. He built a 6 million strong black people. Yes, that changed the way black people are treated here. Even a lot of work is still being done. And then inspired the decolonization of Africa. One man, 18-year-old, as he started, born in Jamaica, came to America, started a black movement, built that to the thing that's inspired people in Africa to start demanding. Now, what happened after independence? We forgot. And this is where we are. And this was why those first-line African leaders were so concerned about this generation. That was why they wanted a United States of Africa right at the beginning. But they were scuttled. They were scuttled by puppets that the West started bringing up because they are interested in taking all our mineral resources and give us absolutely nothing but poverty and squalor and despondency. It's time. Nigerian youths, African youths, wake up. So thank you very much for all those plant-based black man. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, David Vemb. I appreciate you. And all those J Scott. Thank you. And everybody who took time to join us this morning. Please look forward to my next broadcast. And I look forward to seeing you. And again, I remind all those who have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. And we will seriously appreciate you. One love and bye for now.